All right, Ben Parker of CardinalSportsReport.com here with Stanford wide receiver Jayson. Here Comes the Rains. I'm not sure if you know that song by Annie Lennox, Here Comes the Rain, but maybe that could be your theme song or your hype song, Here Comes the Rain by Annie Lennox. But at any rate, Jayson, just first of all, talk about just your upcoming matchup with the Hornets, just what you've seen from their defense and what's going to be the key to you guys being successful against them.
It's been exciting, you know. Obviously, it's like the old coaching staff, and, you know, they're kind of juiced about it, you know, playing the team they came from. And we've just been kind of going at it like every other game, you know, and looking at the defense, looking at what kind of schemes they run, the zone, the man covers, the corners on the outside. And it's just been exciting, just like hearing the coaches also, because they have like their own personal, they also know about, like, personally about each DB and like the linebackers and the running backs and all everybody in the team. So it's nice to like have like the also like inside information on these players. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah, and kind of building on that a little bit, just kind of talk about facing a team, you already kind of touched, but just facing a team where you have that kind of inside information, and then also that they have it on you as well. Just talk about the dynamic of a matchup like this from that standpoint. It's
definitely a unique game week, you know, because we're preparing, but they're also, like, I know they run the same kind of like similar offense, so the defense is kind of used to like going and practicing as their offense, and obviously we know a lot about their matchups and their guys on the outside. So we have like ultra, like the scout looks are like very, you know, detailed, because they know everything about these players, and they obviously know a lot about us. So I'm sure those coaches on the other side know all about Coach Taylor's offense. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
And just kind of talk about what's it been like, kind of playing with two different court. I mean, obviously, you know, Ashton started, and then you know, Lampson came in. Now there's a chance we'll see both of them on Saturday. Yeah. Just what have you seen from both those guys, and what are strengths you've seen from both Lampson and Daniels?
Like, they both are very strong, talented playmaking QBs, and I just seen them both like make each other better, especially throughout camp. You know, like they're very competitive. They both could run the ball, pass the ball, you know, direct calls, read defenses, and I just seen them both like ball out in their own sense. You know, Ashton, he has probably like the best ball I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? He could throw the ball 60 yards effortless. And Jay Lamb, he's a playmaker, you know, he's a dog. He'll run through you, run through linebackers, you know, make plays. And they both really, like, the whole team rides around those guys. And it's been exciting to see, and I'm excited to see them go out on Saturday.
Just in general, how exciting is it to have a home game? Start the season, just kind of the emotions of that.
It's very exciting, you know. Going on the road is cool, seeing Hawaii, seeing LA, but someone playing in your home stadium is pretty fun, you know. Go out, you don't got to go too far, you know, play in front of your fans. You know, sing the alma mater after the game, you know, and excited when the students come back on campus too in a few weeks. That'll be also special.
Yeah, and you know, just talk about how do you feel that, you know, you got some new faces in the wide receiver room. Other you guys are kind of having to step up with some of the guys leaving. Just how do you feel the wide receiver group is looking and coming together?
Coming out very well. We're all meshing because everybody brings something different to the table. You know, there's a lot of talented young receivers. You know, we have obviously like Alec and Mudia. You know, their first times like starting, and they've been doing a great job. You also have John, that's like the veteran presence in the room. You have Silas, also veteran presence. You have Bryce and JT and Tiger with their speed. You need also other playmakers like Ishmael, CC, Jackson Harris, Amari Borden, Miles Libman. Those young guys, they're learning and they're meshing together, and I'm expecting a lot of them from the young guys and the older guys as well.
Not to get on a negative topic, but you guys did drop a few passes on against USC. You guys probably should have reined it. Is that something you guys talked about, and just what needs to improve to make sure you just rein in? Is it just as simple as keeping the eye on the ball? Just talk about that. Yeah.
Keep an eye on the ball, staying focused. You know, obviously it's the second game of the season, so there's still a few wrinkles. But, you know, it's like not try to overcoach. You know, not try to get into your heads. But, you know, we rep catching the balls a bunch of time in camp, and that'll come. And so coach, like, you know, trust your hands and don't think too much.
Just in general, any wide receivers you kind of grew up kind of studying, like, and who's kind of some favorite wide receivers you have in the NFL?
I would like to say, growing up, I really like watching like Calvin Johnson, AJ Green, those big guys right now. You know, I'd say right now my favorite is probably T. Higgins, like the way he plays a lot, using his size and his speed and his catching the ball ability. I also like Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson. I think Jay Jettis is the best receiver in the league.
And, you know, also just kind of talk about, you have current, you know, teammates in the league right now. One of them who's Michael Wilson, who's with the Cardinals. Just what did you kind of learn from him, and what was it like kind of playing behind and learning from him? Yeah.
Mike probably is the most insane, most detailed, structured, pro-like work ethic I've ever seen. You know, coming in as a freshman, he's a junior, and he's a senior, and he just did everything so detailed, so structured, he was so focused. And he went hard, 100%, special teams, you know, on offense, wherever they put him in. I just learned a lot because he kind of showed us as how to work, you know what I'm saying? How to be detailed, how to give it his all, because that's really what he did. And it doesn't surprise me why he went 3rd round in the draft and why he's starting as a rookie. And I'm excited to see him ball out, and excited to see the other receivers too, Elijah Higgins, Bryson Tremaine. I know they're going to ball out too.
Just what areas of your game have you most kind of been focusing on and trying to improve on for this year?
Especially for this year, knowing with my size, I definitely try to be more physical, especially with the block. You know, trying to dominate the corners, safeties, or the linebackers. Just really bring my presence to them, either on special teams too, and also catching the ball, contested catches, where there's jump balls. You know, fighting through the defense. I've been working on just catching the ball through the defenders because I know that's important with my size in this game.
Did you play any other sports in high school besides football, or was it just football?
I played baseball. I started baseball. Played baseball all 4 years. And that was pretty good.
And so what kind of made you, was there ever a point where you kind of consider between baseball or football, or did you end up, how did that kind of sort itself out?
So, I mean, about freshman year after the football season, I realized like I really liked this a lot. So I chose to pursue football. And then I took baseball to a back seat. Because I played basketball before, and growing up, I cut that out. And so I was playing baseball casually, but then after sophomore and junior year, like I was starting in baseball before I was starting in football. And I actually got sent like a letter to from Memphis baseball to come visit them. But by that point, my recruitment for football was already picked up. So I mean, it was already a done deal.
And just how do you feel playing baseball has helped with your football? What are some things that kind of transferred over?
I would say playing center field, so I played in the outfield, and basically tracking fly balls, I would say directly correlated to me catching over the shoulder or deep routes. You know, tracking the baseball over the shoulder is, you know, it's a lot because you're running full speed trying to catch a ball in the mid. And it really translates to catching a post route or a go route or a corner. That same similar track with the eyes.
Any guys in the baseball team that you're friends with, or any relationship you have with those guys? Or
yeah, Saborn Campbell, I've been really close with him. You know, we hung out, especially freshman year, a lot. You know, I knew Brady Montgomery. You know, he transferred. Also like Trevor Haskins, I'm pretty cool with. So yeah, I like those guys. And
kind of switching back from baseball back to football. You know, just kind of in general, talk about. I'm trying to think what else to ask you about Sac State. Yeah, I guess, you know, just kind of on their secondary specifically, what have you seen from them and what's going to be key to be successful against the Sac State secondary?
Well, I know, especially for the corners, I can speak for them. They play 4 different techniques, you know, and so they're going to switch up their techniques, and depending on, like, who's the corner playing or what's, like, the down and distance. So kind of assessing their leverage in their lineup and seeing what they're going to play. And so that kind of gives us an advantage.
2 more questions for you. First of all, just talk about any interesting classes you got teed up for this quarter. Just talk about your major and why you selected it.
Yeah, so I'm a management, science, and engineering major with a concentration in finance and decision. It's a complex, basically a complex business finance major, but I have to take like engineering and economics and mathematics courses. And so I declared a few months ago. And I guess the interesting course I'm taking this fall is Introduction to Probability. It's kind of like MSC 120. It's pretty deep in our the major, and so I'm excited to just learn about probability and, you know, help me with my degree.
And the final question for you, continuing on with the theme I've done before with other guys, do you have a favorite flavor of Gatorade, and if so, what is it?
Oh, it's definitely Cool Blue for sure, and a second would be lemon lime. Cool Blue's it's like classic, you know what I'm saying, and then lemon lime is good whenever you want. The worst flavor is definitely Fruit Punch. Hope no one ever says Fruit Punch because that flavor is terrible.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you if you had the green apple. There's a green apple at Treston.
Nah,
you try that? Yeah, you should try it out.
I will. It's good. Okay, I'm
gonna
take your word for it.
I thought it was good. Green apple was so try. It's at Treston. It's like the Treehouse. The Treehouse.
Oh, Treehouse. Okay.
Treehouse. Yeah, just go with the Gatorade section. You see the green apple.
I bet. Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. We've talked a little Gatorade football, and good luck, Jason, on Saturday. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.